Very good afternoon. Myself Jeffrey Joseph, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Bishopur College. Today we are going to see about the poem Prometheus Unbound by A.D. Hope. Prometheus Unbound. It is first written by Achilles. It is a tragedy, and then later Shelley he writes a lyrical drama, and then A.D. Hope he writes as a poem. Okay, Prometheus Unbound is a tragedy, and it is happening in the Greek mythology. And Shelley he praises the Prometheus for his act. But in this particular poem, A.D. Hope he is taking an opposite step, that Prometheus is have done a mistake in his life. Okay, so A.D. Hope he is accusing Prometheus for his act. Okay, so it is a small introduction about the title Prometheus Unbound. About the author, A.D. Hope, his original name is Alec Derwent Hope, and he was a distinguished Australian poet, essayist, and he also writes so many poems, essays, critics, and he is known for his critics because he is talking about the present world situation and present world tragedy that is happening. Okay. So he was born in Coma, New South Wales, and at first he finished his education in Sydney University, and then later Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. Okay. Then he started as his career as a teacher, and then he started to write so many literatures. Okay, so this is about Alec Derwent Hope, and he has also won so many awards, and the precious award that is given by the Australian government he has won. And Hope's poetry is known for its intellectual depth and sharp satire and use of classical influence, blending modern themes with timeless forms. Okay, so whatever he writes, okay, the modern themes will influence his writing. Why? Because he is more associated with the world and he wants to make changes in the world. Okay, so he is known for that. And his works often explore topics such as human desire, spirituality, and complexities of Australian identity. His famous poet Australia, he writes about the Australian nation and how it was there in the world, and what are all the pros and cons that is faced by the Australian people. Okay, and then the Wandering Islands, collector poems. Okay, so these are his famous work. Okay, so in his poetry, Hope wrote extensively as a critic, essayist, contributing discussion on literary aesthetics, cultural identity, and the role of tradition in modern writing. So his father and mother, they taught the tradition to A.D. Hope, and he compares those tradition to the modern world. Okay, so whatever he writes, he compared with the tradition and he writes in the modern form. Okay, A.D. Hope's legacy continues to resonate, reminding us the value of tradition, the power of satire, and unending questing for meaning through art. Okay, so there will be a quest. Okay, so human beings, they have so many quests in their life. So A.D. Hope also having so many questions, okay, about the world. Why this world is behaving like this? All these questions he is reflecting in the text. Okay, so this particular text, Prometheus Unbound, he is attacking the act of Prometheus and he is accusing Prometheus for his act. Okay, so now we will go to the poem. Prometheus Unbound by A.D. Hope. Okay, Prometheus. Okay, he is one among the god in Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, Prometheus is the man of strength. Okay, man of strength, as well as the man of intelligence and his duty. Okay, so in Greek mythology, everyone is given a duty. Okay, so the god of fire is known as Prometheus, and the god of water is there, and the primemost god is in Greek mythology is Zeus. And there are 12 gods in Greek mythology, and this Prometheus Unbound, in one of the version of Greek mythology, he is relative to the Zeus, not his own son, but it is understood that he is related to Zeus. Okay, so he is known for his intelligence, he is known for his strength, and his duty is to create a mankind, a new creation out of clay. Okay, so each god is doing their work in different aspects, but this Prometheus Unbound, the god of fire, he is doing the work, that the work is creating a mankind. Who are the mankind? We are all the mankind. So he is creating mankind out of clay. Okay, so what Prometheus is doing is, he is not having that much gifts and all. So after creating the mankind out of clay, he is stealing the gift, okay, from the Zeus. Okay, so Zeus is having so many gifts, okay, the gift of paradox, and here this particular person, Prometheus, he is not having any gift. The creation is over, the mankind is created, but this Prometheus, he want to crown the mankind with the gift. Okay, so that is the noble thinking, noble cause. Okay, he want to crown the mankind with the gift. So he steals the gift from Zeus. So that gift is considered as a fire. Okay, so this fire will help the mankind to get progress and to get advancement in their life. Okay, so what is fire? Okay, so this fire metaphorically means knowledge, wisdom and spirit. Okay, so he instills the fire of wisdom, the fire of knowledge, the fire of spirit into the minds of human beings in order to wipe out their ignorance. Okay, so human beings, they are having some ignorance, and to wipe out all those things, this Prometheus is stealing the fire from the god, and he instills those fire into the minds of human beings. Okay, so Prometheus steals the fire, and he was now happy. The human beings are also happy. But now Zeus and other gods, they come to know that Prometheus is stealing the gift, and he is giving to his creation, that is mankind. So the committee is asking Prometheus, and they are asking for the reason. Prometheus says, I did it for a noble cause. I want to excel my mankind or my creation, so I promote them with the gift. Okay, so this is the outline story of Prometheus in Greek mythology. So this is now written as a poem, and Zeus is giving the punishment, and he asked Prometheus to be chained in the Caucasian mountain. And Caucasian mountain, it is the highest mountain in the world, and there won't be any water, there won't be any human beings. He is taken away from the world. Okay, that's what we can understood. Okay, so he is now chained in the Caucasian mountain and he was punished by Zeus. Okay, so from that position, A.D. Hope, he writes that still fettered, still unconquered, still in pain. So he is saying, Prometheus, for long years you are there in the Caucasian mountain. You are not fettered, you are not unconquered, you are still in pain. Okay, so the very first line says, still no, that is in the modern world, Prometheus, the Greek god, he is now undergoing the punishment that was given by the god, that is Zeus. Bold in his hope and steadfast in his right. Okay, so Prometheus is not coming out or coming down from his state, that is the gifting of fire is wrong. So Prometheus thinks that gifting of fire is a noble thing and he is not getting out or getting down from this stage. The friend of man on the Caucasian height. Once the mankind receives the gift, they started to celebrate Prometheus as a friend of man. Okay, so they started to celebrate as we celebrate the politicians. These human beings, they started to celebrate Prometheus. Saw one vast flash to northward blast the plain, as Hermes sweeping down, struck off the chain and raising him, smiling in the dazzling light. Okay, so now in this poem, particular poem, Prometheus is now given a freedom. Hermes, the another helping god, he is sent by the Zeus and he is now striking off the chain and he is releasing the Prometheus. And from that state, what Prometheus is asking means, and does the old tyrant then repent his spite? Okay, here does the old tyrant, that old man, okay, did he feel bad for his punishment that was given by Zeus? And he asked, or has Zeus ceased or lost or reign, or his position, that is the king of all gods, that is being taken out from his for his action. So he is mocking at the god. Okay, so this is the Prometheus. Okay, so it was shown that Prometheus is mocking at the god. Okay, so A.D. Hope, he writes in that way. Okay, so Prometheus has to be punished and he is not to be released. His wisdom is not mocked, the god replied, not alters, not repeals, the great degree. These are his words, set the Titan free and let his torment to be wander wide. The ashes of mankind from sea to sea, judging the theft of fire from which they died. Okay, so the noble cause of Prometheus is mocked, okay, by the human beings, and it is abused by the human beings, and it is misunderstood by the human beings and misused by this so-called educated people in the age of civilization. So in the name of science, what they are doing? They are killing the people and they are killing themselves in the cold blood. So in the name of civilization, what they are doing? They are wringing the constructive past out and they are bringing the destructive past future in, that is the present state of the human beings. Okay, so in the name of advancement, what they are doing? They yield the moral values into the hands of destruction. So all these things happen. Now Prometheus is being released by Zeus, saying, now you go and see your creation. Okay, what they are doing? Okay, what they are doing? Okay, what they are doing? Okay, these are his words. Let his torment to be wandered away. Your soul should go and see the world, how people they die themselves, how the people they destroy the world out of your gift, and how the ashes of mankind is spilled all over the world. Okay, so judging the theft of fire from which they died. Okay, so judging the theft of fire. Okay, what is the action? This Prometheus made a theft and he gave the gift to the human beings, and now that action should be feel very sad about, and Prometheus to come down from his state. Okay, and what he has to do, he has to feel very bad about the gift. Okay, he has to feel very bad about the creation. This that. Okay, because this modern world is destroying the human beings. It is destroying the human world, and they are saying is, in the name of advancement, they are yielding all the moral values into the hands of destruction. So this should be taken as a serious issue. Okay, we have knowledge, we have education, we have the moral values, but what we are doing, even though we have all these things, we are going ahead of the God's plan. Okay, what is the God's plan? Go and live happily in the world. But now it is not so. Okay, in the name of advancement, one country is taking a war on another country. So many young people, they are losing their life. Okay, in the name of civilization. Okay, in the name of advancement, what is happening? They are creating a nuclear bomb. And what is the impact of that nuclear bomb? It spoils the life of the human beings, even a country. Okay, you know how this nuclear bomb destroyed Japan and China in those times. Okay, so Prometheus Unbound is a direct question to Prometheus by A.D. Hope. Why you gifted the fire of knowledge, fire of wisdom, fire of spirit into the minds of human beings? And he is saying it is wrong. If you are not gifting the human beings, the world will be in a peaceful manner. Okay, so that is what the literal and the critical analysis of this poem Prometheus Unbound. Okay, so now let us see the poetic device. The rhyme scheme in this poem is AB, BA, AB, BA and CD, CD, CD. Okay, so this poem is a 14-line sonnet. You have octave, first 8 lines, and you have sestet, next 6 lines, and the symbolism. Okay, so the fire, chains, ashes. Okay, these are the symbols used in the poem. Okay, so now you can also think about the very first line. Okay, what is that? Still fettered, still unconquered, still in pain. Okay, how it is arranged. Okay, very first line they are saying the state of Prometheus. Still now you are feeling, okay, you are there undergoing the punishment, but you are human beings, your creation, they are not even thinking about you, and what they are doing? They are enjoying the world, they are destroying the world, and they are going ahead of being a god. Okay, what they are thinking? They have advancement, they have civilization, they have education, they have everything, so they are thinking themselves as God. Now you are not needed for those human beings, so called educated people. Okay, so now Prometheus Unbound is a quest not only for Prometheus, it is for the human beings. Are you fulfilling the will of God? Okay, are you going according to the plan of God? Okay, God gifted you all these things, wisdom, spirit, knowledge, for a noble cause, to uplift you in your darkness. Okay, so what you are doing? Okay, so this is a nice poem written by A.D. Hope. Okay, if you read deeply, you will understand the pain of A.D. Hope. Okay, A.D. Hope, he lives in Australia, and you know what is the origin of Australia. Okay, they are all people, they come from other nations jail. Okay, so it is a remote area. From that area, he is writing this poem. Okay, so this is a small presentation about the poem Prometheus Unbound. I hope it is useful for you. Thank you.